Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today is a better day. Yesterday was a little crazy, but and you know what? Better. it's just a word. It's all your perspective. So the message today, because my husband and I were having this conversation this morning about the P. Diddy trials and the names that are being dropped and the people that are in the corruption. And we've known this is going to happen. My message to you, for those of you that are awake and you know this, you're still going to be shocked by some of the people that you find out are tied up in all this human trafficking and child trafficking and all that kind of stuff, sex ring. You're still going to be shocked. But think about the people that have no clue or have chosen to ignore it and are still asleep. When these names are dropped and they're people that these people have looked up to for years or thought were the greatest thing since sliced bread, they're not going to know who to trust. They're not going to know who to turn to. Our job is to be there to support them. Our job is to not judge, not say, I told you so, not stand back and in judgment of them for not, and think, well, it's about time you got it. Be there to love them and support them through this. Because it's going to be a huge wake-up call. I mean, we've seen things for a while already. Well, those of us that I guess are awake have seen a lot of things. Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey. Who else? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and name them all, but Ashton Kutcher and Steve Harvey just have been exposed. And I told my husband this morning, I said, Steve Harvey, I loved him. He was funny. That doesn't change the fact of who he is as a person and what he has done. So yes, while some of, and maybe, no, I'll have to say that one kind of caught me off guard. But again, and I've said this all along, there will be people that even those of us that are awake didn't see coming. Because it runs so deep. And the industry of that is so wide. And it touches so many institutions. And, okay, the message I just got, and if you have followed me for a while, you know that my messages, it's like part of the way through, I will get a download. I will get a message. So stick with me through my message because you're not going to get it in the upfront part. But some of the people that we've seen, okay, I had to, because I lost the message and then it came back. A lot of religious people. I mean, look at Steve Harvey. Supposedly and I didn't follow him on this level. Supposedly he's like an evangelist or whatever. And my husband and I kind of laughed this morning. It's like, okay, think back over time. How many evangelists were completely corrupt? It's like, oh my God, no, it makes perfect sense. And then we were talking about, and I was just reminded of someone that my husband and I, and it's funny. Okay, I have to show you this. Hang on one second. Okay. My granddaughter loves dinosaurs. Okay. Don't ask me why. She likes dinosaurs and monster trucks. And her pre-K graduation is coming up. I'm getting to my message, so hang with me. Now, brace yourself, because I found this yesterday when I was shopping for her. It was just laying on the shelf, and I was like, oh my God, she will love it. Okay, this. Hangs on the wall. I'm sure she will love it. Anyway, it's my daughter was like, oh, Pam, Mom, that's kind of scary. I was like, yeah, but she'll love it. Anyway, what I was just reminded of is the conversation that my husband and I had the other day about somebody that we know that is extremely religious and extremely judgmental and all that kind of stuff. And they can quote scripture, they can throw all this stuff out. And I told him, I said, when you think about the organization that they run and how manipulative this person is, who's supposed to be completely religious. And I want you to stick with me, because I want you to piece the puzzle together yourself. When you think about how religion has been taught for division and fear and, oh my God, you have to believe this or you're going to burn in hell forever. If you question anything, that's the devil's work. The organization that this person runs is it's like they're there under the ruse to help people, help veterans. Most of them that go there they're trying to get their life back together. A lot of them are really, truly struggling with life. When you think about the reptilians, when you think about them living off of loosh, what better place to get that than in a place like that, where you've got people that are struggling, who live in fear and anger, and they hate God because of what they've been through. Some of them do, some of them don't. But they have been under severe stress and trauma, because all of them are prior military. And this person that runs this organization, it has been, and my husband and I have been told by multiple people that have been there, is like a cult. When you see the behavior, and I'm not saying all preachers, priests, fathers, whatever religious leader, whoever, I'm not saying all of them are corrupt or all of them are reptilians. But I can see that in this person. And when I bought this thing, I can see him like that. Because he preys on, it's like they prey on and they suck the energy out of the people that are in fear or trauma. And that's why my husband and I are not allowed to come back anymore, because we are light and we're happy. And when I think back to just about almost every single person that is within that organization, they're very, even if they're not negative, they're very quiet and humble. And and they don't buck the system. That's not me. In case you could not figure that out by any of my videos, that's so not me. I'm not quiet. I will buck the system in a minute. And that's why this man and I did not get along, because he knew he could not control me. And now my husband is not in that negative headspace anymore, and he can't control him either. So it's like when you start seeing when you wake up and you start seeing these people and you see their behaviors and their patterns, it's like, wow, okay. And I'm not going to say this person. I'm not even going to go there. It would not surprise me what else comes out about this person. Let's just put it that way. Would not surprise me in the least. I can see him doing a lot in a negative way. But that's when you look at religion, that's what it's geared for, is to keep you in fear and division. And they do these, it's kind of funny because they do these fellowships where everybody gets together and eats and all this kind of stuff, but people are generally not happy. They're usually bitching and complaining or gossiping. Everyone I've ever been to, it's like you sit next to somebody and they're not talking about what's going amazing in their life. They're complaining about the problems that they're having. Or, did you hear about Sally Joe down the street? I can't believe what she's going through. Or what, John Doe is going through. It's crazy. It's nuts. Anyway, but it's all part of what's coming out. So when you look to these religious leaders, the Pope, now I don't know about the current dude, but they didn't have the red shoe thing and the Pope running the Vatican, which is totally part of the system. And then they tell you don't question religion because that's the devil's work. No, it's not. They do that out of fear to keep you quiet and to keep you just in their perspective. And to judge yourself, because when you come back and you go, but this isn't making sense to me. Why am I questioning this when I'm told I'm not supposed to? How many of you are there, have been there? I know I was. You question the system because they tell you one thing, but it doesn't add up and it doesn't make sense. And then, so you start to feel bad about yourself. You start to think, oh God, maybe I'm possessed. Oh God, why am I thinking that? I'm letting the devil in. No, sweetheart, you are not. You were meant to break the system. That's why we are here, is to help break the system. And I just see like pictures. It's funny. Okay. Pictures that I'm trying to design my granddaughter's cake, and I see pictures where a dinosaurs. Did I say dragons or dinosaurs? Anyway, she's into dinosaurs. Same thing. She's into dinosaurs, but you see the T-Rex head breaking through like a wall or whatever. That's what we're here for. You're not a T-Rex, but you're here to break through the illusion. break through the nonsense, the lies, and shine light on the truth. So the whole thing where, don't question the system, just do as you're told. No. And you know what? Another thing I was just reminded of, the divine feminine, that's what that is. It's the intuitive part, where we're told we're supposed, the women are supposed to be submissive. We're just supposed to be quiet. You're just supposed to walk by, some religions teach, or belief systems, you're supposed to walk behind your husband and not say anything. Speak only when you're spoken to. Just be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. All that nonsense. That's why. Because we knew the divine feminine is in touch with intuition. That part is the spiritual part to the divine masculine. And not that the divine masculine isn't spiritual, but the divine feminine is tied to intuition and healing and the higher purpose. So no wonder they wanted to shut us up. No wonder they wanted to keep us quiet. And this message sure has gone all kinds of sideways, but it's okay. It all ties back into the same thing because it's part of you waking up and you realizing what is going on. And for those of you that you know what I'm talking about, you've had time to adjust. You've had time to realize this stuff. Think of the people that have chosen to live in the matrix, in the box, behind that wall, and they don't even think that there's anything outside of the wall, nor do they care to see if there is. And now all this stuff is being told to them and it's being put out into the general public where they can't avoid it anymore. They don't have time. And this goes back to the beginning part of my message. They don't have time to adjust like we did. They don't have time to sit and do this gradually. It is being slapped upside their head. That's why we have to hold compassion for them and not judge them. Be grateful that they're finally seeing it. Be grateful that they're finally waking up. But be there to help support them through this situation. Look at the Catholics that have been lied to for so many years about the Pope. And when the truth comes out, like out, about how evil he was, how evil that whole system has been, the whole religious nonsense, that's Satan. That's the evil part. That's the reptilians. That's the archons, i.e. same thing. It's not love and light. It's not divine unconditional love. It's conditional love. They will love you under the condition that you follow their limiting beliefs. If you don't, they don't want anything to do with you. You become a threat. You become a detriment to what they believe. and they judge you. They tell you, oh, and what was it? I heard something yesterday. They were talking about something with the Democratic Party and Trump, and it's like the Democrats are doing everything they're accusing Trump of doing. They do it, but they accuse Trump of doing it. So therefore, it goes out into the media, and all these people that watch the media, they think, oh God, Trump is such a horrible person. No, Trump's not doing it. That's just what you're being told. The Democratic Party is doing it. That's the perfect way to get out of anything. You do it and then blame somebody else for it. When you were a kid, how many of you did something and then you blamed your brother or sister for it? Or you blamed somebody. No, I didn't do it. No, Mom, I didn't do it. I promise. Johnny did it. Do not tell me you didn't do that at least once in your life. But that's what they're doing. So it's all part of the illusion. We're seeing this. It's coming to light, so eventually everybody will see it. And like I said, some of the people that are just waking up are having a hard time dealing with this because it's not the reality that they've been in their whole life. They're seeing where they've been lied to, and they bought into the system, hook, line, and sinker. So anyway, yeah, like I said, the whole, all of it, everything that I just told you in this video, and there's so much more, but it's all part of what the people that have been asleep and are just waking up or will wake up. It's what they're going to have to deal with, like right now. We've had time to adjust. They don't have time to adjust. And that's why they've been saying all along, the time is coming. You got to let go of what no longer serves you. The things are speeding up. There's a reason, and this is the reason. The corruption the light is being shown on it. We have known it's been there for a long time. This is the time we've been waiting for. But again, have compassion for the people that are just getting it, that are just seeing it. Don't say I told you so. Don't come at them with anything other than compassion. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Think how you would feel if that was you. You're already in a bad headspace because you're finding out that you bought into the lies and you don't know now who to trust. And now you've got somebody that you love that has been telling you all along this stuff is out there. And they're bashing you on top of it. No. Just step back. Now that they finally get it, step back and surround that person with love. Yes, you can be grateful that they get it finally. And you can be jumping for joy inside, but again, just surround that person with love and support and be there to help guide them. So I love you guys. Click this like. Okay, let's do this one again. Click the like button. Subscribe to my channel because there are so many people that need to hear this message, and that helps get the message out there. So have an amazing day. Buckle up, because it's an amazing ride. I'm loving it. You know, I love watching these people that think they've gotten away. They've gotten away with it for a while. Now it's time to pay the piper. Now it's time to, I don't want to say, just accept what comes as it comes. Because if you've been on the dark side, just accept what comes, because you brought it on yourself. You get what you give. When you give evil, that's what you, and it's not, you're not going to get back evil, but you're going to get what you deserve, which is justice for the wrongs that you've caused for other people. Personally, I like the eye for an eye thing, you know? But that's me. I don't play around. You know, when I did animal control, that was one of the things. You know what? If you abuse an animal, guess what? If it was up to me, I would do that same thing to you. But it's not up to me. So I have to leave it to the system. The broken freaking system, but whatever. You know, if you torture somebody, guess what? If you do something to a child or anybody, guess what? It's coming back at you. But that's why I am not in charge of all of that. Although I should be. I told my husband, I said, you know what? I think I should run for president. I think I should. Of course, that's not my calling. Because the crap that Trump is going through, it's just, God bless him. So anyway, I would love to be with him, but, you know, do this together. Anyway, I love you. Have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.